You know, I say like that. I'm not. I just like, you know what I'm saying, high fashion. When I was younger, my mom, she used to wear Louis Vuitton all the time, Goyard bags. She really cared about fashion a lot. And she comes from a place where I guess like she come from like she come from the hood, right? She comes from like Louisiana, the Monroe, and then she moved to California. And my dad, who was a bodybuilder, also into fashion, the way he is, you know, he had like a collection of FUBU, platinum FUBU, whatever, in his house. You know, a whole collection of clothes and shit like that. Worth like a lot of money right now, of dead stock FUBU and shit like that. You know. See, I answer those questions, but I've been pulling punches, and then halfway through the song, I'll get bored, you know? I get really bored, and like my voice is automatically very loud. So like I was almost like talking under the beat. And I stopped doing that when I started caring more. I started giving a fuck. It's hard for me to give a fuck, you know what I'm saying, at that point in my life, you know, prior to like I turned, and when X years came, when the prophecy of X years came complete, I came out of my little armadillo mind shell. I said armadillo mind shell because armadillo mind is just wisdom. You know, I got more wise, and I got studied a lot, and I finished the programs I was working on. Pretty much, they finished up. They caught up to me. The programs I was working on, technology, actually caught up to me. So like when that happened, I was good. 1 second though, I'll show you something. One second. By the way, it's not green in my cigar. It's just tobacco. I drink lean most times. 'Cause I'm a hyper person. I feel like weed delays. I mean, it's meant to delay your thoughts. Some people is good. I'm a hyper person. When like you're it's good for people who are like impulsive, you know. But it gets to a point where y'all be spending more money on that than yourselves. You know, y'all spend 360 on an O or something like that. You can't even afford to eat half the time, man. I don't understand where that come from. It's not really for stress. It's more of, it delays your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why you have like forgotten thoughts that come back. So like this is what you smoke weed, it goes back in your head and it comes to the front. And I'm a heavyweight on everything. So really, you know what I'm saying? I don't really get involved in that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like I drink lean. That's my thing. You know, if I have a thing, but then I can stop too. A lot of people don't go through their withdrawals or whatever enough to be able to stop something. I go to jail. There's no access to you know, stuff like that. So I stop, and I'm at trading chips and shit for snorting coffee, man. They snort coffee in that bitch, man. That shit ridiculous. How you snorting coffee in jail? I don't get that, man. I'm always do your time, educate ourselves. You come out with a game plan or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get that shit, man. But like, I'm gonna do this right here to show you what a voice sounds like raw. So it's documented what it sounds like without like the additional shit to it. I don't even smoke that much anymore either, so my voice will stay like top tier. So hold up. Nobody's safe. I got them shooters right behind ya. Nobody's safe. You gonna shoot, we gonna find ya. Nobody's safe. Pockets turning blue, yeah. All right, then the pockets turning blue, yeah. Hold on, let me get this real quick. This little verse. I don't know if I ever use this verse. I might recycle it. I recycle shit like my shit on my fashion. But these hits must be Cuban. They blowing my phone. That Drake turn your girl to a betrayer. Hold on. I got the right one. Let me see. That's the whole lyric. All right, yeah. Okay. These hits must be Cuban. They blowing my phone for $1 million home. Credit score 401k, AR-15, or that Drake. Turn your girl to a betrayer, yeah, snake, yeah. Singing to the light tank, yeah. Your tapes always flop, yeah, they tank, yeah. Get up to the rank, get up to my rank, yeah. RK laughing all the way to the bank, yeah. Rotted flesh, having ass, nigga, make you stink, yeah. And yeah, so it's like, that's how I actually sound without the you know what I'm saying, the AI I use. You know, I use AI, and I use, you know, presets and shit. It's pretty much a filter and a preset. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it sounds. You know, I really just started like last year, so I was training or whatever, cause like my fashion shit wasn't like, taking off. You know what I'm saying? I was designing clothes and shit, and it wasn't really taking off. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody really buying it, so I'm like, all right, let me get into this, cause like it's an advertisement. You see me wearing it, and then music is fast to get around. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody makes some kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? They make some kind of hit or some kind of like shit that's gonna spread around very fast, and that's gonna lead you to my fashion. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm really in it for the fashion. Matter of fact, I started the whole shit from fashion. I was into fashion. You know what I'm saying? And I was like looking at MTV and VH1. That's probably why I sound really pop. You know what I'm saying? I'll explain this more in an actual interview where they give me some bread, some funds. But yeah, man, I was in MTV, VH1, and you know what I'm saying, on the TV. You know what I'm saying, when we got cable, because we used to have basic cable at first. We finally got, I used to watch Fox Kids, so I watched Tsunami, for example, when it comes to anime shit. But like, listen, you press previous channel, you can flip channel. So while I'm watching MTV, I flip the channel to VH1. Then I flip the channel to like BET and shit like that. And it's all rushing back to me like BET Uncut. With the Adult Swim in the background, you know, previous channel all day long. When they go commercials, you hit the other channel. And then, you know what I'm saying, I'm into that. So I'm watching the splash waterfalls, and like, it came rushing back to me almost like hitting, I ever been to the beach, you hit the water, hit your feet. And it felt like that in my head, you know what I'm saying? It felt like that in my head. Another thing about me, I'm very poetic, because like, I like poetic justice, and I like poetic things. So like, I like poetry, and I started learning linguistics to get into poetry. I ended up learning all the languages, including Latin. But I got into poetry real deep, because then like, you know what I'm saying, if I can do poetry, I can do that too. And really, I wanted the clothes. You know, I was wearing like Kmart and shit. You know, I was that dude who was like, if I'm wearing Kmart, I wear a different shirt every day. So it makes up for the fact it ain't nothing like on brand. But then I was looking at other people, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I get my turn, it's gonna be over for you. Cause I'm seeing you wear all this shit. I'm seeing you wear all the flops, all the little the belts with the LED lights on it. I see you wear the race car jackets, and then, you know, now in this era, you know what I'm saying, everybody wearing fashion to the point where it's like Y2K came out, everything you did not purchase you know what I'm saying, in 2000s, you can purchase now. And it be in fashion. So like, it's almost like a revival of what you couldn't afford almost, or what you couldn't wear. You can just wear it now and swag it out. Now, like, I would make it more modern looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just wear it like they wore in the 2000s, but I modernize it. And it's the same wave but we was on like the 2000s, the early 2000s. You see, like, I was like 14, but like, I always hung out with older heads, like older heads, they always around me and shit. So like, they was thinking about it like this. In the 90s, they couldn't afford it. So in 2000s, you know, Vice came out, Hot or Not came out, all that shit came out. They was able to wear like shit from the 90s like it was new. You know what I'm saying? They was really on that shit. So I was on that shit too. So they like 27, 20, in the mid to late 20s. I'm like 14. Look at that shit on the internet. I can do it too. And Lookbook.new had a whole lot of like, I'm not influenced by nobody. I'm inspired though. I get really inspired. I'm an appreciator of work and art and shit. I'm an appreciator. So like, I got inspired by a lot of people, a lot of cats who was wearing that fashion. That's why I got into it real hardcore. Then it was dubbed, like, I was in 2000s really dubbed anything just yet, but it got dubbed hipsterism. And then like, they got the dudes who run around like Edward Sharp, you know, all these the people made them guys take me on home is wherever I'm with you. And then I'm out of tune singing that shit because I don't even want to sing it. And I'll talk about that later. But then listen. So like, them guys came out, and then people started growing hair on their feet, looking like trolls and shit from the 1800s. Now I'm off this shit. Then fashion for me, I got anti-fashion. Cause everything I do, they think I'm bad for the other team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Everything I do is I'm bad for the other team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get into fashion, I'm bad for the team. My hair, other team, hair, other team. And then I get to a point where, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, like, just be yourself and like fuck everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That's the best advice I can give anybody. Be yourself, cause like honestly, God, I don't really give a fuck what they think about me, but it's the fact that they call me constantly hounding me. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go anti-fashion. And that was something I had a huge era of anti-fashion where I'm doing everything to look worse. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to look worse. I'm trying to look bad. So you leave me the fuck alone. They got to the point where they still leave me alone, because now I look homeless, they still bothering me. So I'm like, fuck you. I'm always getting into fashion. Again, just go crazy with it. So like, over a year, I pretty much got a wardrobe in like 3 months because I had no clothes. Coming in the game, I had like no clothes. I had like basic white t-shirt. I was trying to make it a signature, plain white t-shirts for shit like that, but got to a point where I'm like, I'm gonna just start investing in fashion because I can resell it too. And then, you know what I'm saying, I enjoy wearing fashionable things, and I'm like, fuck everybody. Really though, garment wear dates back to like the 1400s and like this BC. Really, garment wear about the BC. The Egyptians wore like little sashes and shit, and a little skirts with a little the flap open in the middle. Like fashion goes back to the BC era. You know what I'm saying? Like it would show opulency. You know what I'm saying? It would show opulency during garments. You know. I want to say the story of Jacob, but really I hate Jacob because he sold out to the Pharaoh. You know, favorite enslaved him. He sold out to him. But I'm gonna say even then, you know, the garments were a part of almost a class system at some point. You know what I'm saying? So like, really, garment wear is very important. You know, and then you know, when I was a little younger, I was ugly. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm ugly, I can wear clothes that make me pretty. You know what I'm saying? Or I can style myself very well and I can look better. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause my face is kind of basic. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of cats looking like me in the face, but the way we style ourselves is like different, so we look different. You know what I'm saying? Like we style ourselves different, you know. And I keep little imperfections about myself, like this right here, you know, and then uneven eyebrows, make something out of that. You know what I'm saying? I make something out of something, you know. So it looks fat. It looks like styled out. I call myself the swag Kage or the style lord or whatever. Yeah, but anyway, so like by being bored, I get bored. Like halfway through a track, I get bored. Cause I'm like, this shit ain't gonna take off nowhere. If I do it, it's like I'm just doing it for a placeholder so I can come back to it. I can circle back to it later on, and then possibly get, you know what I'm saying, get it right the second. I mean, that was the second time, get it back from the rough draft, you know. So I'll come out with rough drafts, and then, you know what I'm saying, I learn over time. Because at first I was perfectionist, man. Like I would be in there 10 hours with nothing done, but be doing it over and over again, like 100, 200 times sometimes. Like, I hit a beat for 10 hours straight to the point where it got droned out. Like, I'm very trained like that. Like, where it's like droned out. Like, I can listen to something like 1,000 times now because I went through the trouble of droning myself out to shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same beat over and over and over again, trying to rap over it. And, like, I've been on that Rockstar shit since Dipset, you know? Like, I'll be on the shit when they come out, you know what I'm saying? So we was on the Rockstar shit in like 2004, you know, literally 2004. We was on the Rockstar shit already. So like Rockstar shit was like really popping. The V-neck shirts, the acid wash, Brooklyn Express jeans, you know, and the Chuck Taylors are exclusive to limited edition. I love limited edition things. I love exclusive things because nobody else got it. You know what I'm saying? I love having that. And then, you know, I wore that. And then, yeah, so I've been on the Rockstar shit for a minute. But as far as getting bored on the track, I get bored. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm getting funds for it. You know what I'm saying? I can expand my projects more. To me, it's this design. You know, like arrangements and like the way you structure things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like having a bunch of different clothes and you put on outfits. Like each one of type in A is an outfit. And before I'll elaborate this when they fund me in the interview. I'll elaborate on it more. But right now, or documentary, something like that. But right now, I want to say like pretty much what I'm gonna say about the fashion, and I'm gonna get on to getting bored, and then pretty much split personality. Yeah, I don't have split personality. That's a very huge misconception of me. I have a whole lot of myself. The emotional intelligence I have is incredible, probably because like there's a spectrum. I won't be arrogant, so I say probably. It's high probability because like it's a huge spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like emotions are a huge spectrum. You know what I mean? like you can have a lot of different emotions, and I feel like each project has a different emotion to it. You know what I'm saying? Like Type of Day, I feel like it's more flexed up stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then like Miserable Mills Bleed 'Em is more my battle with depression. Anything about that, I can always go back to when I was depressed or something like that and make a song from Miserable Mills Bleed 'Em or something happened to me. You know, I always can express that because I've read enough manga, enough anime, watched enough anime. I can make whole dialogues with poetry. You know what I'm saying? I can make dialogues with poetry because I've watched enough anime and I watched enough manga. You gotta think about these people literally make whole worlds and whole stories with actual like talking in it. So like I feel like as a mangaka, you talk to yourself pretty much back and forth in different characters' personalities. So you learn some personalities in real life, like I do. I learn personalities in real life, and then you're able to write a character that makes sense of that personality, and it's almost like you have a world of people in your head almost, or characterizations of personality. You know what I'm saying? So they write whole dialogues back and forth, but you gotta realize it. Like Naruto, I use Naruto, even though it's like a cliche example. I use Naruto. Naruto, you got Sasuke, Uchiha, and you got Naruto Uzumaki. Now look, Naruto and Sasuke are made by the same person, Sakura and Hinata. The dialogue, the words they say, the way they look, everything is made by one individual's mind. So think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like they got other archetypes like Sasuke's, Bakugos, Haye's, archetypes too. That's usually my favorite is like the one that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? It's my favorite usually. Or my most loved. I don't say favorite, my most loved because I love all. But like, listen. Yeah, so like they gotta write whole worlds and whole dialogues with their own mind. I feel I can do that with the sound design. I can make Miserable Bleed 'Em sound like Miserable Bleed 'Em. You know what I'm saying? I can make manga. Even if I'm not living that life, everything has to be so autobiographical. You know what I'm saying? It could be pure dialogue or pure story. You know what I'm saying? Like it has some autobiographic to it because like at the end of the day, I do a lot of things based on those characters, and like I was raised pretty much by those characters. I cannot name how many times I watched the Haye and Mikuro fight. I watched it so many times. You know what I'm saying? The English dub of it too. I watched the English sub and English dub. I watched on DivX when it first came out. 'Cause a lot of things I do that I accepted now were illegal then. But anime used to be illegal. Like the Super Nintendo came out like 2005 for me. For everybody else came out like the late 2000s, you know, something like that, early 2010s. For me, it came out when it came out because I watched the English sub straight from Japan. Like, it was raw. I watched the raw shit from Japan like on DivX because they had a way you could download it. My computer was full of DivX. You look at my Reverb Nation, Arcade Demon Kid. I got the name Arcade Demon Kid because my voice was it sounded demonic to people when I was getting fights and shit. Because I would lose my vocal. Right now, I'm using my muscles to control my voice. But, yeah, so, like, I watched DivX, and then I downloaded it, and then it was raw. You know what I'm saying? It was fan translations, too. Like, fan translations were what I really got in the manga and shit like that. And what I really got in the manga hardcore was a library, you know? Because, like, before I had cable and shit like that, we had a library, and they all had manga there. Fruit baskets, you know, the classics like that, you know? And, that's how I really got hardcore in the manga, the computer laboratories, man, and like the actual like books. So like I would go to summer camp. My mom, she also my mom again. She was corporate, you know. She went from like entry level visit to a corporate job, you know. So we went from like broke to like having a little bit of money, like lower class to middle class. And she worked corporate, so like, so she's a single mom, so she worked corporate, and then that's why I got the fashion from. So I was just professional because my mom was in the fashion, and she worked a corporate job, so she went to Louis Vuitton Go Yards, and she go to work, you know, in the office or whatever, cubicle. So like, I'm at a computer lab. You got computers right there. You got the manga, graphic novel section right there. So I read graphic novels on computers a lot when I used to go to summer camp. Oh, it's funny you think it's from some other place. I'm just influenced by the internet. I'm really inspired by the internet a whole lot. So I'm really like, I don't feel like I'm getting culture from other places and coming in here with the culture. But that was right over in Hermitage, somewhere over here in Nashville. I actually went to the computer lab, and that's where I would stay at. I didn't really go to the community center, but to work out and play basketball really, which gets your aim up. Get your aim up the workout when you shoot ball, you shoot ball. You know what I'm saying? Like shoot ball, like you get your aim right. And so I play basketball every now and again, but most of the time I spend a lot of time in the computer laboratory in Hermitage, which is a very nice library. Antioch is better now. Antioch is a better library now. But anyway, so I go over there and I'm on the chat room talking shit to everybody. I'm on every chat room talking shit like where you at? I'm gonna come find you, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's bird, it's this gang, all that shit like that. And on the computer lab, the chat rooms are hot. And then it was crazy. I'll explain that later. But then I went to the graphic novel section. I read manga while I was there too. So that was always something I did. And I'm very influenced by voice actors like Tara Strong's my favorite voice actor because she has so many different like voices she can do. She can do Bubbles, Kanye, like that, and then she can do Raven too. She can do Raven and she can do Bubbles. And like I have a lot of different voices because I study voice actors real hardcore too. Cause I'm into anime, I'm into manga, I'm into video games, and then that translated to me actually watching Cartoon Network because like I would stay up, you know what I'm saying, all day, all night. Now I'm coming in the evening and the night, but like I used to watch anime so hardcore, like I would watch it so hardcore that I ended up being a voice actor myself. So that's something I can do too. I'll wrap this up real quick. I need to eat. But so type NA is I got 3 voices for each one. Mr. Mills Bleedum got 3 voices. So each project has 3 voices to it. And I was seeing if the air came out. I swear I was seeing air. Is that cold in my house? It might be. I don't know. I get used to cold weather because I'm in a lot of cold places like gels and psych wards and shit. It's like cold shit. Yeah, it's not air out of my mouth. Let me cold in my house. Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty typical for weather too. Cause I was homeless a lot, so I'm like conditioned for all weather types. I sometimes don't notice the weather. I get used to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that dude said. One of the sages said in Pokemon Black and White. You know, if you see your breath, that means you alive. You know what I'm saying? That really put me through when it got cold outside for me. You know what I'm saying? Like you see your breath, you know you alive. You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful statement to me. Yeah. And then while I'm at it though, I'm talking about Capumon too. I'm talking about Capumon pretty soon. Capumon gonna drop. Capumon, it's like it's Pokemon, I guess. It's like hardcore Pokemon. I don't know. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet disappointed me a lot, so I'm about to just make hardcore, like actual, like relevant Pokemon, I guess. They're all like designs that are like curated from the internet, and I actually did my thing with them. So like, you know, it's hardcore. It means it's like every Pokemon is viable, or every like monster. I gotta call them monsters, you know, for copyright. It's gray label, so for copyright reasons I call them monsters. You know, Monsterpedia instead of Pokédex. Monsterpedia, it's encyclopedia of monsters. You know, like an animal book or something like that. They're more animal based. The Pokédex entries are more Monsterpedia entries are more. Like actual animals, you know. Now I'm pretty sure you won't have a talking plant, but like for example, like steel types are really just computers and shit, like robots and shit. And then like for plants, you know, they're more like dolls, you know. Like plants are like dolls. So you can't make a plant have a face unless it's a doll, you know. You use like doll material, you know, and it's still relevant to ground types because like say you got a grass ground one like Majora's Mask looking shit. It's a clay monster. It's a clay monster. As you can use like a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be able to still not conduct electricity. So electricity still won't affect it because it's still ground. You know, it's based off of like so as you in the mud, got a bunch of ground, and you made a doll out of it, and it articulates. You know, with strings and shit. You fight animals with it or something like that. You know, so animals, dolls, and like robots. You know, make up so the grass types make up like mostly the dolls, and then like the steel types are mostly robots, and then the animals are just water and shit like that. Water, fire, and shit like that. Yeah, I think like some animals in the desert, like a lot of lizards, they can breathe dry air, and that makes fire. You know, when they breathe that air in the desert, you know, it sparks fires and shit. So that's why they fire type still. And they still color coded. You know, I wouldn't make it color coded, but I had to make it color coded some kind of way because that's traditionally what it's done in Pokemon to identify. Like if it's a water type or fire type, it uses color. You use color to identify what type it is. You know, that's just for the gamer, interesting game. It's still a game. You know what I'm saying? I got aspirations. I want to make it like where it's like a literal game. You know what I'm saying? Like an actual like a virtual reality, augmented reality kind of game. Where you can play that game and you play the game. It's augmented reality. So like imagine playing Pokemon Go, but you actually can like, you know what I'm saying, like see the monsters project or something like that from your phone, or having like a projector and you see them fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually in the future with technology, you probably can make it where it vibrates and everything. You know, like where it actually vibrates. You know what I mean? Like it actually vibrates. Imagine like a game where it vibrates. You know what I'm saying? Like it vibrates when you fight. You know what I'm saying? That's something I can do too. Yeah. So I'm gonna end up pinning this to the top for now. But listen, Wave 1.5 is almost over, and then Wave 2's coming out. Everybody from my lineup, my doll lineup got a project coming out for Wave 2, and then Wave 3 come out. Right now, Wave 2's on the rise, on the cusp of coming out. And that's gonna be every doll. And then of course we got manga, we got anime, making an anime. Fixing my hips, my fiber making an anime. You got storyboards already for it. Then with the anime, and then we in it. We in there. So yeah. So Wave 2's gonna drop. Type in A, I said type in A project, and then I'm using my image now. At first I didn't use my image at all. It was just because I was wanting to prove a point. I always gotta use my image, you know what I'm saying? I have a battle with image a lot because people think I'm just image, but I'm not a gimmick, man. It's you know what I'm saying? I explain very well what I do and what I am. I'm a designer. I design soundscapes. I design things. I arrange it. You know, I take materials pretty much and make a sound. Disposition out of it. And then also, yeah. And of course, you know, I'm influenced by a lot of like gangster rap because I'm in environments. I don't used to do nothing. I still do, but I'm in environments where that's the proponent. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like it was like Jim Jones, Dipset, you know, the Gang type of shit. The Gang got me all turned up when the One Blood song came out. And that's what really influenced all that shit, inspired all that shit like that. I'm around it a lot. I'm around a lot of TikTok, so that's why I talk sticks and shit like that. I don't really talk about selling drugs too much. It's kind of overly cliched. I feel like, but I feel like I felt a lot of cliches. I just said fuck it. I'm just be a little cliche because fuck it. I mean, I fall into a lot of stereotypes a little bit. You know, a little bit of them. So fuck it. But I'm pretty unique overall, so you know it works out. But yeah. So this is the proposition for what I'm doing now, and that's a little explanation of why. But I don't have split personalities. I just have a lot of personality, and it's vast. Also, through life has been I've adapted a lot in situations where I've had personality, but it's still me. Like, imagine the same person saying, I say the same words, you know? No matter what, I say the same words. So, yeah. And then, yeah, I have a lot of emotions too. I'm very emotional, always in my feelings, you know what I'm saying? I'm a very emotional person, so I have an emotional spectrum is like pretty much the whole rainbow. As the camera, I'm saying no homo, but like it's the whole rainbow. So I'm very like emotional, and all emotions come out like that. You know, I can project my emotions into any project. You know, so I'm a very emotional person. I'm a cry lord. As people say cry baby, I'm a cry lord. I'm a cry man. You know what I'm saying? More or less. But sadness is not the only emotion. Come on, joy is too. So I'm kind of funny as well because joy is an emotion as well. So yeah, joy is an emotion. Sadness is an emotion. Anger is an emotion. And I find my parties display a lot of anger. When I'm yelling, it's like rage, you know, it's a fury. And, you know, I'm sad, you know, it levels into depression almost. And when I'm joyful, you know. So it's just emotions, you know. It's way I have occupational therapy. I need occupational therapy. I need my ability to have occupational therapy. Just like that. And, yeah. So. So that's it for now. And this is pretty much explaining why this and that and the other. Yeah, and look out for my shit. You know? But before I go, one last thing. This is actually I got ran through it already how it would sound with the AI, but that's how my voice actually sounds with the auto tune and shit like that. But I prefer the auto tune because I'm a technological person. I was pulling punches at first, but the more I gain, the less I'm pulling punches. I got like 30,000 and I'm one. Crazy shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stop pulling punches because I can fund more project. I can fund more of my project, you know. So I'm more passionate towards it. I can fund it more. That's the thing. If you really want to support my shit, man, just Cash App .me/Royce K or Royce Kalari. Cash App .me/Royce Kalari. Catch that sign in front of that. Yeah, but I'm ready to eat, so I'll let you.